So feeling more pleasure in the bedroom, we want to breathe. It might sound so simple, like, bro, I breathe every single day, but how well do you actually breathe and oxygenate your body? Because when I was in the bedroom, I used to do this. I used to just like do really shallow breaths. And
kind of like hyperventilating almost.
And not like, and when making love, like my whole body was so tense. So the reason I'm standing up in this video, so I want to show you how you can like breathe throughout your whole body and relax. And what you can do as well, encourage the beautiful woman who you're with to breathe also, because she may not be breathing either.
Yeah, for me personally, for example, I sometimes stop breathing completely, and that doesn't help necessarily.
Yeah, and sometimes I'm like, Isabel, you can breathe. She's like, oh, I can too. So when we're talking about like breath, sound, movement, vocal expression, the breath is the first one. The breath is everything. It's like you want to have an intimate relationship with your breath, and how deep can you breathe? First and foremost, you may have done a lot of breath work stuff, like you may have done like holotropic breath work, you might have done like all this other stuff with breath work in the past. This is just a simple foundational guide about how to just breathe during sex, and a reminder, if you are breathing during sex, awesome. If you're not, maybe you can breathe deeper. For example, just something as simple as this. You can do some deep breaths down to your belly, through your nose, and then relax out. Out through your mouth. Through your nose. One more. Just something as simple as that, even before you're about to have sex with your partner, or like even when you're having foreplay, because it's more just like, how can you oxygenate the body, and when you do this, you will feel more pleasure, and your breath will bring you back to presence.
It's also really, really beautiful practice to calm down, to relax, to really like come back into your body, back from your mind, and just to really, go with that moment and be present.
Yeah, and the breath is the best way to bring you back to presence. There's so many different breathing techniques, but it's more like breathing in the bedroom. So it's like that conscious reminder. Maybe you're on top of her and you're making love and stuff like that, and then you can just slow down and you can breathe. And what's really great as well, to get that more pleasure, you can breathe down to your pelvis. So you can simply breathe through your nose, all the way to that pelvis area, and feel that expansion of your pelvis in like those areas, like out this way and out that way, and just really put your attention into breathing. And when you breathe down to your pelvis, you can do this over and over again and feel that expansion. And when you do breathe more, when you actually do come, you will have a way better sexual experience and way more pleasure.
And you might be a little bit confused, because this is completely the opposite from what you see in porn if you watched it, because they are really shallowy breathing and not really taking deep breath. But you will be surprised if you actually try those kind of breathings, how much that will actually help you to orgasm way harder and way more, and also to be way more present and to enjoy and feel so much more pleasure throughout your whole body.
Yeah, when you're feeling that pleasure, you've got your partner, encourage her to breathe. Like when I'm in the bedroom, like, Isabel, you can breathe. Like even when I'm just giving her a pussy massage, I'm like going, breathe down, all the way down, so she can breathe all the way down to the her pelvis area while I'm giving her a pussy massage, or I'm eating her out, or I'm like kissing her neck, and she might start shallow breathing, and then she might start like, I'm like, hey, breathe, slow down, because she might start like getting so excited. I'm like, hey, we can slow it down. So you're taking her through that oscillation, that journey of sexuality, and then just like breath and moving. And maybe like when after you've had like this insane experience and she's like crying, or maybe she's like in ecstatic bliss, you can like go, you can put your hand on her chest and you can just encourage her, all right, take some deep breaths in into her chest. And what's even more relaxing, you can have your hand on her belly and encourage her to take some deep breaths in all the way to her belly. Or maybe you've had an insane experience, she can put her hand on your body and on your belly and just like encourage you to breathe deeply into your belly, and just even the pelvis. I love that one where it's just expanding that. So yeah, is there anything else you want to add for this?
I feel like this is also a really, really important fundament if you do want to practice more things like, for example, the advanced foreplay techniques that you will learn later on in this course, for example, edging and other techniques. So really, really pay a lot of attention. It might sound really simple, hey, I am breathing, but really take this serious and focus on it and really practice a little bit.
And you can consciously breathe. It's like,
Yeah.
usually we unconsciously breathe and it's usually shallow just into the chest, but you can consciously breathe deeply, and that will just allow for that so much more pleasure. And then for her, like when you're touching her, you like breathe deeply. And when you are giving her that pussy massage, you can even put your fingers inside of her and tell her to breathe down to your finger, and like really find out like what's the difference for her. And like if she goes, oh my God, I feel so much more. And she may be nervous in the bedroom, and maybe you've been told when you were growing up, I did, my mum's like, all right, take some 3 deep breaths now. And when I did, it just changed everything. And even beforehand, when you're in the bedroom with your partner, what you can do is this. You can just like sit across from each other as so, look deep into each other's eyes, and like hold each other's hands, and take like even just 10 deep breaths into your belly together before you start your sexual experience and exploration together, and then let you flow from there. Because you may have just had a really busy day at work, and you're like, all right, cool, now we're in the bedroom. It's like, stop.
It's a beautiful practice to connect with yourself, but also with your partner.
Yeah, you can stop with your partner, look across deep into her eye, breathe 10 times, and then just maybe start slowly touching her, kissing her, being close to her, things like this. And it all starts with your breath. So breath, sound, movement, vocal expression. The next part we're going to be talking about is movement. So watch that next video.